Walden, the power of simple living. There are moments in life when we feel overwhelmed by noise, clutter, and expectations. In those moments, a simple voice calls us back to what truly matters: simplicity, clarity, and inner freedom. Few thinkers captured this better than Henry David Thoreau, the American philosopher, naturalist, and author of Walden. In this first part of our series on Thoreau, we'll explore his 2 years of deliberate living at Walden Pond and the profound lessons he discovered about simplicity, independence, and the deeper meaning of life. His experiment was not just about living in the woods, it was about discovering how to truly live. Why Thoreau went to Walden. In the mid-1800s, Thoreau left behind the growing bustle of Concord, Massachusetts, and built himself a small cabin near Walden Pond. He wanted to strip life to its bare essentials, free from distractions, and discover the truth of existence. He famously wrote, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived." This was no act of escapism. It was a conscious rebellion against the shallow busyness of society, a decision to pursue depth instead of distraction. Lesson 1. Simplicity as power. Thoreau believed most people live lives of what he called quiet desperation. They chase material possessions, work long hours, and lose themselves in endless wants. His antidote was radical simplicity. By simplifying our lives, we reclaim time, energy, and clarity. Simplicity is not poverty, it is wealth in its truest form because it frees us from being enslaved by things we do not need. Modern minimalism echoes this truth. When we focus on what is essential, life becomes richer, not poorer. Lesson 2. Time is wealth. Thoreau saw time as life's greatest treasure. He warned against trading it away for unnecessary work or luxuries. Instead of filling his days with endless labor, he worked just enough to sustain his simple life. This gave him something far more valuable: time to think, to observe, to write, and to live deliberately. Today, when many of us are caught in the cycle of overwork and overstimulation, Thoreau reminds us that our greatest wealth is the time we have to live meaningfully. Lesson 3. Nature as teacher. Walden was more than a retreat. For Thoreau, nature was a mirror of the soul. He studied the changing seasons, the habits of animals, and the stillness of the pond. Nature, he said, teaches us patience, renewal, and harmony. Living close to it, he discovered that simplicity and beauty are woven into the fabric of the natural world. Lessons we forget in cities filled with noise and excess. Lesson 4. Self-reliance and inner strength. By building his cabin, growing his own food, and living independently, Thoreau showed the strength that comes from relying on oneself. This wasn't about rejecting community, but about discovering confidence in one's own abilities and freedom from dependence on endless consumption. Self-reliance, for Thoreau, was not just practical, it was spiritual. It meant trusting your own soul instead of constantly leaning on society's approval. Lesson 5. Living deliberately. At the heart of Walden is one principle: to live deliberately, to stop drifting through life on autopilot, to choose each action, each word, and each path with purpose. Thoreau reminds us that life is short and fragile. We must not waste it on distractions or shallow pursuits. True wealth, true success, is not in how much we own, but in how deeply we live. Conclusion. The legacy of Walden. When Thoreau left Walden after 2 years, he had proven something timeless: that a simpler life leads to a richer soul. His lessons echo across centuries, reminding us that we too can step back from the chaos of modern life, strip away what is unnecessary, and return to what is essential. As he wrote in Walden, "Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify." And so the call of Walden remains, not just to live in the woods, but to live awake, aware, and free.